Hello. In this video, we shall discuss the two important topics from Unit 3rd, Block 1st, that are the intellectual background and literary background of Chaucer's age. Let us start with intellectual background. Since the society was dominated by the church, it also had domination over the people's intellect. The intellectual background was completely religious. In the Canterbury Tales, we find that people would go to the shrine of Thomas Becket. The people had strong belief in shrines. Even Chaucer, at the end of Canterbury Tales, asks for forgiveness for writing secular and courtly literature. He asks for forgiveness for translating Roman de la Rose into English. Though Lollards, the followers of Wycliffe, were questioning the church supremacy, they were also criticized by mystical writers like Dan Julina of Norwich and Richard Rowe. Next point is the structure of cosmos. Cosmos means the universe as an ordered system. The structure and the operation of physical cosmos during the Middle Ages were dominated by the ideas of Plato and Aristotle. The structure of the cosmos in the Middle Ages was harmonious. The earth was the center for the planets to go round. We can better understand it with the help of this picture. This is the medieval concept of cosmology. Earth as the center, which is surrounded by air, fire, and all planets go round about it. Next point is astrology and medicine. During Middle Ages, the relationship between astrology and medicine was very close. It was believed that physical characteristics and nature of each person could be predicted by observing and interpreting the position of the stars, the sun, the moon, and the planets. 12 signs of zodiac were believed to control a different part of human body. It was believed that human body has four fluids or humors. They are blood, phlegm, choler, and black bile. While treating a body, the doctor had to consider the four elements of the earth and its four qualities. The elements are earth, water, air, and fire, and their qualities are hot, cold, dry, and moist. Another medieval science that was practiced in Chaucer's time was science of dreams. According to Macrobius, there are 5 types of dreams. Macrobius, you should know, was a Roman philosopher and the author of the book De Republica. So according to him, there are 5 types of dreams: somnium, visio, oraculum, insomnium, visium, or phantasma. According to Macrobius, the somnium was difficult to interpret as it conceals with strange shapes and wheels. Visio, according to him, showed events which would come true. In oraculum, a parent or a pious or a revered man or a priest or even God clearly reveals what will or will not transpire, or what action to take or avoid. The other 2 dreams are unimportant to Macrobius as they are caused by mental or physical distress. Now, our second topic is literary background. First of all, we will discuss language. After the Norman conquest in 1066, French language was introduced as the language of ruling class. Normans were speaking a rural dialect of French with Germanic influence. This language is usually called Anglo-Norman or Norman French. Anglo-Norman continued to be spoken by the kings and nobility of England for more than 300 years. However, English language continued to be spoken by the peasantry and the lower classes. After England lost Normandy in 1204, England became more isolated from continental France. From 1250 to 1300, the people and even the ruling class were switching over to English language. English became the language of courts and parliament in 1362, and Edward III became the first king to address the parliament in English language. By 1385, English had become the language of instruction in schools. Now, it is literature. The literature of Chaucer's age was religious, didactic, and secular. The age saw many great poets like Chaucer, Gower, Langland, and Barbour. Let us start with John Gower. Macaulay suggests that John Gower had been a dealer in wool. He is known for three major works: Speculum Meditantis, Vox Clementis, and Confessio Amentis. Talking about Speculum Meditantis, the poem has about 30,000 lines and is written in French. The poem classifies the seven virtues and the seven deadly sins. The seven virtues are prudence, justice, temperance, courage, faith, hope, and charity, while deadly sins are pride, envy, ire, sloth, avarice, gluttony, and lechery. Then we have Vox Clementis. It is a poem of 10,265 lines written in Latin. The poem is divided into 7 books. It is largely concerned with peasants' revolt, or what we say war tailors' rebellion. Then we have Confessio Amentis. It is a poem of 33,000 lines written in Middle English. The poem was composed at the request of Richard II. It is usually considered a poem of consolation. Then we have William Langland. He is known for the enormous allegorical poem, The Vision of William concerning Piers the Plowman, or simply Piers Plowman. The poem has 15,000 lines written in Middle English. The poet attacks the greed and hypocrisy of the clergymen and the people who sit in high places. The poem concerns the narrator's quest for the true Christian life. Our next poet is John Barbour. He was a Scottish poet known for his poem The Bruce. It is a long narrative poem having 14,000 lines. It is the historic account of the actions of Robert the Bruce and Sir James Douglas. Now we have Geoffrey Chaucer. His works are the translation of French poem The Roman de la Rose into English. He also wrote The Parliament of Fowls and Troilus and Cressida, The Legend of Good Women, and the Canterbury Tales, but we will discuss them in detail in next unit. Talking about prose, we have three main writers: Chaucer, Wycliffe, and Mandeville. Chaucer wrote two tales in English prose, The Parson's Tale and The Tale of Melibœus. Wycliffe wrote some pamphlets in English prose, but his most important contribution to prose was the translation of the Bible, what's called Wycliffe's Bible. The Travels of Sir John Mandeville is also written in English prose.